This is Max and Mia podcast.
Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Max and Mia podcast, your podcast for learning real English.
That's right. I'm Max.
And I'm Mia. And if you're new here, we're so glad you found us.
Seriously, welcome to the family. This is the kind of show where we don't just throw grammar rules at you and walk away. We actually talk, like real people.
Like very caffeinated real people.
Fair enough. So, before we get into today's topic, we've got a question for you.
And it's a simple one, but we want you to really think about it.
When someone asks you, "How was your day?" in English, what do you say?
Like actually say, not the textbook answer.
Because let's be honest, "It was good, thank you" is not cutting it anymore.
It's not, and that's exactly what we're tackling today.
Now, I know what some of you might be thinking. Max, Mia, I've seen this topic before. How to talk about your day. I've done this.
And you're right. It's not a new topic. But here's the thing.
Not every day is the same.
Some days you wake up and everything just flows. Others, total chaos from the moment your alarm goes off.
And we're covering all of it today. The good days, the stressful ones, the emotional roller coasters.
We're talking real vocabulary, real grammar structures, and zero boring theory.
We're learning through real English, the kind you actually hear and use.
So whether you're a B1 trying to go beyond the basics, or a solid B2 looking to sound more natural,
this episode's got something for you.
Are you ready?
Let's go. All right, so let's get into our first type of day. And we all know this one.
We do. This is the putting out fires day.
Okay, picture this. It's Monday morning. You sit down at your desk with your coffee, you've got your to-do list, you're feeling organized.
Maybe even a little proud of yourself.
Exactly. And then your phone goes off. Your boss sends a message. A client is upset. The system crashes. Your coworker calls in sick, and suddenly their work is yours.
And just like that, your perfect little to-do list, gone.
You spend the whole day reacting, not working, just reacting.
One problem after another. And by 6 p.m., you're exhausted, but you somehow got nothing done.
That is a putting out fires day.
So here's our question for you. If someone asked you, how was your day after a day like that? How would you describe it in English?
What words come to mind? Take a second. Actually think about it.
We'll tell you how we'd describe it, and then we'll listen to someone else handle it too.
So for me, I'd probably say something like, "It was a lot. I was dealing with one thing after another and I couldn't catch a break."
Oh, I like that. I'd probably go with, honestly, it was overwhelming. Everything hit at once and I just had to get through it.
Get through it. That's such a real phrase.
Right? Not finish it, not complete it, just survive it.
Now we're going to break down phrases like those in just a moment. But first, let's listen to someone actually living through one of these days.
We've got Joe talking to his friend Nicole at the end of a very, very long Monday.
Pay close attention to the conversation, because after this, we're going to pick it apart together and look at some really interesting vocabulary and grammar that comes up naturally.
Ready?
Here we go.
Hey, you look rough. Long day?
Nicole, you have no idea. I don't even know where to start.
That bad?
Okay, so I'd barely sat down at my desk when my manager called me into her office. Like I hadn't even opened my laptop yet.
Oh no, first thing in the morning?
First thing. And she tells me the Henderson report, the one I'd been working on for 2 weeks, had to be redone. apparently the client changed the requirements overnight and nobody told me.
Are you serious?
Dead serious. And the thing is, I'd already sent a draft to the whole team. So now everyone's seen the wrong version.
Okay, that's a lot.
And it just kept piling up from there. I'd barely started fixing the report when IT called saying the shared drive was down. So half my files, gone. Well, not gone, but I couldn't access anything.
So you couldn't even work?
I could work, but only on what I had locally, which wasn't much. So I'm trying to rewrite this thing from memory, basically. And then Marcus, you know Marcus from accounting?
Oh, yeah.
He comes over and says, very casually, by the way, that the budget numbers I'd submitted last Friday had a mistake that had already gone up to the director.
No.
Yes. And at that point, I'd been holding it together all morning. But that's when I felt everything kind of boil over inside, you know? I didn't say anything. I just took a breath and went back to my desk.
Honestly, that's very mature of you.
Oh, extremely mature. I definitely didn't go to the bathroom and stare at the wall for 5 minutes.
Okay, but then what?
So I spent the whole afternoon just firefighting, fixing the report, chasing IT, sending a correction to the director with a very, very apologetic email. And by 4 o'clock, I completely ran out of steam. Like mentally, I was just done.
Had you even eaten?
I had a granola bar at like 2.
Joe.
I know. I kept telling myself I'd grab lunch once I'd sorted one more thing, and then one more thing turned into 8 more things, and suddenly it was 4 in the afternoon.
Okay, you need food and you need to log off, like now.
Yeah. The worst part is, none of it was even my fault, you know? I've been doing everything right. The problems just ran into me.
That's the most exhausting kind of day, when you work hard and still feel like you lost.
Exactly. Anyway, how was your day?
You know what? Let's talk about that another time.
Okay, poor Joe.
Right? But honestly, so relatable. We've all had a version of that day.
Absolutely. Okay, so let's dig in, because there's so much good stuff in that conversation. Let's start with something Joe said right at the beginning. He said, "I'd barely sat down at my desk when my manager called me."
Yes, did you catch that? I'd barely sat down. That's past perfect. And it's doing something really specific there. It's telling us that one thing had just happened, like barely happened, when something else interrupted it.
So the structure is, I'd barely done something when something else happened. And it creates this feeling of, I didn't even get a chance.
Exactly. You could also say, I'd hardly started, or I just sat down when, same idea. That barely and hardly add that emotional punch, that sense of no time, no chance.
Now, here's the upgrade. In more formal English or in writing, you'd flip it. Instead of, I'd barely sat down when, you could say, barely had I sat down when my manager called. That's called a negative inversion.
It sounds dramatic, right? And it is. It's a way of putting extra emphasis on that idea. You take the negative word barely, hardly, never, and you put it first, then you flip the subject and the auxiliary verb.
You probably won't use it every day in conversation, but you'll hear it, you'll read it, and knowing it makes your English sound really polished when you do use it.
Okay, next one. Joe said, the one I'd been working on for 2 weeks. That's past perfect continuous. And this is beautiful because it tells us the action was in progress over a period of time before something happened.
So it's not just I worked on it, it's I'd been working on it. It gives you the duration, the effort, the investment, and then it got thrown out, which makes it so much more frustrating.
That's the grammar doing emotional work.
It really is. And Joe uses it again near the end. I'd been holding it together all morning. Same structure, an ongoing effort over time until something finally broke through.
Now let's talk phrasal verbs because Joe dropped some really useful ones. First one, it just kept piling up.
Pile up. And this is so natural for chaotic days. Work piles up, problems pile up, emails pile up. It means things accumulate. They build up, and at some point it becomes too much.
Then we had boil over. Joe said he felt everything kind of boil over inside. Think about a pot on the stove. The water heats up slowly, and then suddenly it spills over the edge. That's what happens with emotions too.
You can use it for emotions, situations, conflicts. The tension finally boiled over. Very vivid, very natural.
And then my personal favorite from this conversation. I ran out of steam.
Oh, that one's so good. Run out of steam. It means you've used up all your energy. You started strong, but by the end, there's nothing left.
Steam, like an old engine. When there's no more steam, the engine stops. And mentally, that's exactly what happens on days like Joe's.
You can also say, I ran out of patience. I ran out of ideas. I ran out of time. It's a really flexible structure.
All right, one last thing, and then we move on. Nicole's response at the end. That's the most exhausting kind of day. When you work hard and still feel like you lost.
No vocabulary lesson there. Just a really human moment. And that's the thing about English in real life. It's not always complex structures. Sometimes it's just the right words at the right time.
Okay, are you ready for round 2?
Because we're shifting gears now.
So, we just talked about a day where things pile up and you're reacting to problems. But there's another kind of day that's a little different.
This one isn't just chaotic. This one is stressful, like deeply physically stressful.
The kind where your chest feels tight by 9 a.m., where every email feels like a threat, where you're constantly waiting for the next thing to go wrong.
And the difference is subtle but real. A chaotic day is busy. A stressful day is heavy.
Okay, same question we asked before. If you had a day like that, how would you describe it in English? Take a moment. What words or phrases come to mind?
I'd probably say something like, I was on edge the entire day. I just couldn't relax no matter what I did.
For me, it'd be more like, it was draining. Like, I was running on empty by noon and I still had 6 hours to go.
Running on empty. That's such a good one.
Right? And notice, we're not saying it was very bad or it was very stressful. We're painting a picture. That's what we want you to start doing too.
All right, let's hear how someone else handles it.
We've got Margot and Jack. Margot's just come home after one of those days, and Jack, her partner, is about to find out exactly how it went.
Pay attention again, because after this, we're going back in for another round of analysis.
Ready? Here we go.
Hey, you're home late. Everything okay?
Eddie, I have had a day.
That kind of day?
That kind of day. I don't even know how I'm still standing.
Sit down, sit down. Do you want tea or do you want something stronger?
Tea, for now. Okay, so you know how I'd been trying to get that presentation approved for the Johnson account? The big one? The one I'd been putting together since March?
The one you stayed late for like 3 weeks in a row?
That one. So this morning, right before the meeting, my director pulls me aside and goes, Barbara, we're pushing this to next quarter. Just like that. No warning, no explanation, next quarter.
Seriously? After all that work?
After all that work. And the thing is, I'd already invited the clients. They were on their way. So I had to send this last-minute email basically saying, never mind, sorry, see you in 3 months, and hope nobody lost their mind over it.
Oh, that's mortifying.
It was. And I could feel my stress levels just through the roof, you know? But I kept it together because I had back-to-back meetings all afternoon and I couldn't afford to fall apart.
Back to back all afternoon?
5 meetings, Eddie. 5. And not a single one of them could have been an email.
Classic.
And somewhere in the middle of all of that, my laptop froze and I lost the notes from the second meeting. So I spent 20 minutes trying to piece everything back together from memory. And by that point, I was so strung out I could barely think straight.
Did you eat at all?
I inhaled half a sandwich at my desk around 1. That was it.
Barbara.
I know. I kept meaning to take a proper break, but every time I tried, something else came up. It was like I was constantly playing catch-up, and no matter how fast I moved, I couldn't get ahead of it.
That sounds absolutely exhausting.
And the worst part? Around 4 o'clock, my manager comes over, all cheerful, and says, "Great work today. Really impressive how you handled the schedule change." And I just smiled and said, "Thank you," like a normal person.
Instead of
Saying what I was actually thinking, which was a lot of things. None of them polite.
You held your tongue remarkably well then.
I really did. I deserve an award. And then I had to stay an extra 40 minutes to send a follow-up to the clients, because apparently that also fell on me.
Of course it did.
And then the commute home was a nightmare. Signal delays, packed train, someone's bag in my face the entire ride.
Okay, you know what? You're done. No phone, no laptop, no thinking about work. Tonight, we order food, we watch something completely mindless, and you just decompress.
That sounds like the best thing anyone has ever said to me.
I know. I'm very wise.
Don't push it.
Don't push it. Eddie really thought he was winning that one.
He did. But okay, let's get into it because Barbara and Eddie gave us a lot to work with.
So much. Let's start with something Barbara said early on. She goes, "You know how I'd been trying to get that presentation approved? The one I'd been putting together since March?"
Past perfect continuous again. And we want you to really notice the difference between "I put it together" and "I'd been putting it together since March." That second one carries weight. It tells you this wasn't a quick thing. It was weeks of effort, and then it got canceled.
The grammar is doing the complaining for her.
Exactly. You don't need to say, "I worked so hard and it wasn't fair." The structure says it for you.
Now, a little later, she says, "I couldn't afford to fall apart." And this is a really useful structure that a lot of learners overlook. Can't afford to doesn't always mean money. Here it means she didn't have the luxury of losing control. The situation didn't allow it.
You'll hear this a lot in English. "I can't afford to make mistakes right now." "We can't afford to wait." It means the consequences are too high. Keep that one in your back pocket.
Okay, idiom time. Barbara says her stress levels were through the roof. Now, if something is through the roof, it's gone way beyond normal, way up there.
You can use it for stress, prices, demand, noise levels. The ticket prices are through the roof. My anxiety was through the roof. Really versatile.
Then she says she was so strung out she could barely think straight. Strung out is such a vivid one. It means you're totally frayed mentally and emotionally, like a wire that's been pulled too tight.
Think of it as the next level after tired. Tired is, "I need sleep." Strung out is, "I've been running on stress for so long that my brain has stopped working properly."
And then, my favorite moment of the whole conversation. Eddie says, "You held your tongue remarkably well." To hold your tongue means to stop yourself from saying something. even when you really, really want to.
And it's interesting because it works in both directions. Someone can tell you, hold your tongue as a warning. Or you can say, I had to hold my tongue to mean you showed restraint. Barbara definitely deserved that compliment.
She really did. Okay, one last one. Eddie tells her to decompress. And this is a beautiful word for stressful days. It means to release tension, to let everything go, to slowly come back to normal.
It comes from the idea of pressure. When you've been under pressure all day, you need to decompress. Let the air out slowly.
Which honestly sounds like the best advice anyone could give after a day like Barbara's.
Or Joe's.
Or Joe's. All right, before we wrap up, let's do a quick recap of everything we covered today because there was genuinely a lot.
Okay, so today was all about describing your day in real, natural English. And we went through 2 very specific types of days.
First, the putting out fires day. Chaotic, reactive, one problem after another.
And second, the everything is on fire day. Stressful, heavy, the kind that drains you even when you're technically doing everything right.
And across both conversations, here's what we picked up. On the grammar side, past perfect and past perfect continuous. Remember, these aren't just tenses you use on a test. They're tools for showing sequence, duration, and effort. They tell a story within a story.
We also touched on negative inversions. Barely had I sat down when... Not for everyday conversation necessarily, but powerful when you use it, and important to recognize when you hear it.
Then we had phrasal verbs. Pile up, boil over, run out of steam, fall apart, piece back together. All of them natural, all of them common, all of them way more expressive than just saying, it was bad.
And idioms. Through the roof. Strung out, hold your tongue, playing catch up. These are the phrases that make your English sound lived in, not textbook.
And honestly, that's the goal every time you listen to this podcast. Not just to learn words, but to learn how real people use them when things aren't going perfectly.
Because not every day is a good day, and that's okay. The point is, you can talk about it now.
In English.
In English.
All right, that's a wrap for today's episode of the Max and Mia podcast.
If you made it this far, first of all, thank you. Seriously, it means a lot that you spent this time with us.
And if any of these phrases stuck with you, if you caught yourself thinking, oh, I've had a Joe day, or, yeah, that was very Barbara of me.
Then we did our job.
Before you go, we've got one little challenge for you. Think about your last really tough day and try to describe it using at least 2 or 3 of the expressions we covered today. Write it down, say it out loud, leave it in the comments, whatever works for you.
We read them. We love seeing your sentences.
And if you found this episode useful, share it with someone who's learning English too. Or someone who just had a really bad day and needs to feel understood.
In any language.
We'll be back soon with more real English, real conversations, and probably at least one of us complaining about something.
Almost certainly me.
Almost certainly. Take care of yourselves, everyone.
And hey, if tomorrow's a tough one,
you've got the words for it now.
Bye, everyone.
See you next time. To keep taking your English to the next level, click on the next video or explore the others we've made for you.